Hi guys, welcome to Lee Valley and Engage. I'm Stu, and in this summer update we'll have a little look at what I've been done of finishing off this board, as you can see with the marshalling yard, and also with double slip as well. We'll see how I managed to sort that out. Also give you a few updates on some of the future products and some other things that I've been doing too on the layout. So let's have a little look and enjoy. Okay, so first little update we've got is this piece of wood here. May not seem like much, but this is actually a piece of board which is similar size to this. I think I mentioned it in the last video. Same thickness, it's the same type of board. And all I've done is just cut out a section of it. This, as you can see, it's just fractionally below the platforms. So what that's going to be is this is going to be the station forecourt. As you can see, I've got the bottom of the cattle dock there, so that's going to be there as well. We're going to have an end dock. There are gaps here. I mean, all these holes where the screws are going to be filled in. We're going to have to put an extra layer or something on the top of it anyway. As you can see here, there's a bit of a gap. This is to add in extra card, extra edging for the plasticard. I need to add in some buffer stops beams as well, just to make it look like actual brick walling here. We've also got a small cutout here. Oh, get out of the way of the light. Small cutout here ready for the New River. Which this is actually what the river is called. It's called the New River. So that's going to go through there. So these sides need to be finished up and edged. The base of the river needs to be sorted out, and then the river itself needs to be poured. So yeah, that's what those bits are. Quite proud of, not proud, but I'm quite happy with how it's come out. As you can see, I've been doing a little bit of mocking up as well. It's really coming along now. It really does look like a proper railway now. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've got the signal box there, just testing that out as to whether it fits. Testing the platforms out too. So it looks pretty nice with against the coal yard. As you can see, also I'm laying out the marshalling yard. Now this is going to be the next phase to do, and we're going to sort that out in a second. So this is sort of roughly what it's going to look like. I've got an idea as to what to do with the double slip as well. So there was a few options, few suggestions that came out on the forums. One from RM Web. I'm really sorry, I'm terrible with names in terms of people's and their handles and everything. But thank you so much wherever you are. I'll sort of try and find the name in a minute when we sort this out. Show you how we sorted it. Plan is we're going to try and put the wire here. I can show you. So the plan is we're going to try and solder a wire here. Onto, no, it's not even showing it up at all. Let's do that. There we go. So a wire is going to go here. As you can see, there is literally nothing on each of these ends. There really is nothing at all. So there's a very tiny little part of the wire still left. If you can see it, I'll try and sort of do it through the, not through the light, I'll try and do it there so you can see it in the light. There's virtually nothing there at all. So that's going to be really hard to do. So that needs to be done. I might see if there's more on this end actually, which I don't think there is. But basically for this end, because we've got this beam in the way here, so someone suggested from the RM Web of extending the lines out to here, and then I'm going to drill 2 more holes. I'm going to put 2 feeds in on the frog rail, on this rail here, on these 2 rails that come out of the frog. So there'll be a feed on each of these, but further up. And they will replace this wire, because that is literally all that wire is doing, is just powering that frog. And then the section itself will then be cut on each one. Probably this one is probably just going to go to the point. So I'll cut the section here, just the other side of the beam, just the other side of where these connections are, so that we can then start the next section. Yeah, so that's another project we're going to do. Got also another little project to do with the canal board, so I'll just show you that now, and yeah, we'll have a little look at that too. So as you can see, this is the canal board. There's the buffer stop that we showed in one of the videos, where it should be. Toothbrush. These are going to become reeds. I'm going to cut them out and glue them into the river. So that's what they're going to be. Now, moving the water tower. One of the biggest things that we've got with this board is this is going to be an embankment. Now, from here downwards, we're going to have a nice little slope. So the idea is the ground is going to come down like this to roughly where the house is, onto the back of this. And that's roughly going to be a nice slope, and then this is going to slope towards it as well. But this is going to be quite sharp. It's probably going to get sharper as it goes down. But really what we want is we want something for this to connect to. So we don't really want to have it going down straight to this all the way along here. Don't really want that. I like to have a nice gentle slope. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some of this board, as I hit the toothbrush, some of this board, which is the board that this was made of. And we're just going to pop this here, and we're going to measure, if I can let it sit on the board, we're going to just measure some slopes out all the way down to, I'm running out of hands, down to the bit where the house was. You can see where the little lump is there. We're going to cut some sections out, and then they are going to be glued in or screwed in or nailed in or something, just to get it in line with this. And they're going to be a nice gentle little slope. So that's going to be on this side. We're going to do it on this side as well. And we're going to do it on the other two sides too. That is really going to be the last thing we're going to do in this video. So yeah, some other things actually just to point out that I've bought. I bought a whole load of, finished off buying the last pieces of track, I think. One of the big things that I bought were these two inspection pits, which are going to be part of the Loco depot. So they're going to be the ash pits. We needed 3 of them for the Loco depot, which at the moment is just a mess. But it won't be soon. We will be turning to that after we turn to, I'm not sure if we'll be doing this or we're doing the goods yard next. Probably the goods yard, the main goods yard. So yeah, so let's start. So all these sections aren't pinned down yet for the marshalling yard. So let's get on to that. And I think this is probably be a little time lapse, and we're going to start trying to lay all of this marshalling yard. So let's have a go at that. So there we go, we've got the marshalling yard now sorted. Each of these sidings would have a location based on them. So this would be Whitemoor, this would be Temple Mills, This will be towards Bishop Stortford, and this will be towards Hertford East. There is another siding here we're going to add in where the track setter is. This siding is going to be sort of an overflow siding and also a local siding. So this is where we're going to position. So if a train comes in and there's wagons for this station, this will be they'll be positioned here and then sorted out as to whether they need to go in this yard or in this yard over here. Also, the other thing we might put in here is brake vans. So we need spare brake vans to make up trains. So that's where we'll probably put those as well. So yeah, apart from that, that's pretty much what we're going to sort out for this. I'm going to lay this one off of camera, I think. Another one we can do in terms of the layout is I got another piece of track here. So we can finish this board off finally. And then we've also got the sides we're going to put on here too. And once those are in, and I need to put the point motors in as well, which I will probably do at some point before signing this off. Well, not signing the video off, but you know what I mean. This will become this board will then just be moved. We can deal with the scenic stuff on this, so we can start building up the embankments. We can start making the landform. So I'm quite looking forward to that. It's going to be a nice new thing to actually move on to. We can start on that as well. But yeah, basically this is what we are trying to. So basically, the next big areas of track laying to do, apart from dealing with this double slip, is we've got the engine shed here underneath all of this junk, and then we've got the goods yard, the secondary goods yard, which is probably more the primary goods yard, because this is going to be where the goods shed is, and we have sidings just for general goods traffic and stuff like that. So that's going to be here as well. We're also going to put in a couple of carriage sidings. They're fairly easy to put in. So really my main aim is to try and get the track feeds in, all the track feeds in, so that we can set up, sorry for the sound out the window if you can hear that. But yeah, basically we're going to try, I want to try and get all of this track laid, not track laid, the actual, dearie me. There we go. This happens when you do this after work, I suppose. Yeah, I want to try and get all the track feeds in, so then I can start wiring the whole layout up into the relevant track sections. So these two track sections are basically the last ones to go in, apart from the double slip again. Still trying to work out some stuff to do with the double slip. Not 100% sure how I'm going to do that yet. This side is actually fairly okay. I'm okay what I'm going to do here. It's this end, because this end there's hardly anything on this at all. So I might try and solder some onto some of these inner rail faces. Could try and solder it in and then try and split the rail here, a bit like what I've done up here. Not 100% sure really, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anyway, that's what we've got so far. So yeah, I'll show you a bit more progress in a bit. Okay, so you join me now on the floor. And as you can see, we've managed to connect this. Get a nice pointy something I can point with. We've managed to connect this line in, so that is fully in, wired, and everything else that's fully down. One of the things I have done to this board, I've added these sections in, screwed in, and I've nailed them from the front on all four sides. So they're here. On this side a bit smaller. Oh, and there goes the light. And this side as well. The thing I've just been fighting with over the past, I've been fighting with it. So what these are supposed to be, actually, quickly before I go on to those. So I've installed the point motors basically, but I'll go into them in a second. So these are going to be formers for the scenery. It's going to come down very gradually. The embankment itself is going to be a bit sharper, so we're going to try and sort of blend it in. I'm not sure if we might actually make this landform first and then make the actual the embankment off of that. Not 100% sure. We haven't properly worked on it yet and thought about it. So that's one thing we can do. So that means this board pretty much now is ready for scenic work. which is really quite exciting. So that means we can finish off the canal, we can finish off the we can finish off the canal, we can finish off all of this, we can start on the scenic work and building up all of the landform. We can finish off this towpath. Everything on this board is now ready to go. So that's really good and really exciting. I'll just show you quickly underneath this board. I've put the train cases there to actually stop the bridge getting crushed. So here's the point motors. The first 2 point motors installed. They have been wired. I haven't connected them up yet. That'll be slightly differently. Here's the wiring for the this is the wiring for the new piece of track as well. That needs to be all connected up and everything. So yeah, that's the final bit on this board needs to be done. These point motors are in. They have been a bit of a pain because of the slots here. Hopefully when I do these boards, they will be a lot easier, especially as the fact that I can actually get fully underneath these and actually can push on, can actually, properly fit them without having to properly fight with it. So as the light goes again for a button, I'll switch that off. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing with that. So the next phase really is the actual double slip, which we'll have a go at that next. Okay, so we've managed to finish the double slip off. What I'll do is I'll just run through the different things. So this line is now all completely in now. What I'll do is I'll just show you very quickly. So the way I've solved this is thanks to a YouTube. This is not particularly good in the sense that I've still forgotten the name. On RM Web, someone suggested doing this. So what we have done is that there is no connection on this section at all. The beam is actually, I've moved it alongside the beam, and what we've done is that I've put a pair of rail connections, pair of feeds, either side on this rail. So there's a feed here, you can see where the hole is. It's a very thin wire, and there's a feed here on this rail. These will then be connected together and then connected as if they were on the frog. These sections of track are isolated as well. So there's the isolation here, isolation here. So basically the section that is this is split here, all the way up here, here. So they're the ends of those. As regards this end, the section of wire was too small. So if you can see above my finger, there's a piece of solder. And what I've done is I've cut away the section of track between the sleepers, between this section here, and then just soldered a wire so that it's actually connected up on the back of the rails. These two rails are now joined together by solder, which is very similar to what it is here. This will then feed back in through that section as well. So that's gone pretty well. It seems to have, I think it's worked okay. I've checked the connection as well. I'm not going to fully know until I actually connect the motors in and the actual track feeds themselves, the switches themselves in. But that'll be one of the next steps anyway, which we will find out later. And then finally, I've also finished off this section. So this now 2 track feeds. We have this section ready to go, and then we can start laying off of this section here for the goods yard. So that's where we're going so far. And yeah, now let's have a look. Let's talk about some of the future projects. So one of the key things with something like a summer update is to really show you what I'm planning over the next few months. So what I hope to get achieved over the next few months is to do with to get this board fully laid. Hopefully we can get all that done, the yard actually in fully. The other thing I want to do is to get this engine shed, the track laid into this, or at least a couple of lines. I still need to find and locate some sort of engine shed itself, shed building. So that's the main thing I need to sort out. Other thing I need to do is there's a road bridge that will need to be going over this. So that's something I can actually sort out too and work out how that's going to fit in. We've also got all of this area here with the scenic side. That's something that we're going to start working on too, and we can finish off the river. So how much of this we get done over the next over the next 3 months or so is very up to conjecture. I'm not 100% sure. These are the sort of the next projects that are coming along. I really want to get the engine shed sorted. I really want to get this goods shed sorted. I really want to get all the track laying done. Next biggest thing that I want to get done is the wiring. So this is the control wiring for the track feeds. All the track feeds are basically in now, apart from the ones on this board, obviously, for this goods yard and the possible carriage siding. I'm not 100% sure about that. We'll come to that when we do it. So I've managed to I've got all the switches now, the double pole, double throw switches, because we've got a few sections that are going to need to be switched between controllers. So I've got all of those now. They're ready to go. They're not ready to go, but I need to start building the control panel and then start wiring them in, working out a way to make sure the controllers can actually be disconnected and be connected properly. We're going to be using 3 controllers. So we've got this Vector 03 crawler from the Morley controllers one that you saw the review about. And that one down there, which is the Gauge Master one, which I need to sort out as well. That will also be powering the point motors, which then will be another phase of things to be going on as well, although I think I'm probably going to have to put in the point motors for the double slip fairly early on with the power connection going in. So there's a lot going on with it. There's a lot that I want to get done. How much of that will get done in the next 3 months, I don't know. It will depend on work and depend on other bits and pieces and life just getting in the way. But yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy following me as I carry on with that. Thank you so much for the new subscribers as well. I seem to be getting quite a few recently. So welcome if you are one of those. And I hope you find this encouraging. Hope you find this helps you with your layout and the different things. Like for example, with this double slip, I looked it up. I thought, yeah, it's fine, but it didn't. So thank you so much for the comments and the other things that have been done as well. The posts that I put up on RM Web and the Engage forum and things like that. So thank you so much for that. So yeah, don't forget to like. If you aren't subscribed, please do. Don't forget to like this video and also to comment as well with any points that you would like to mention. So thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.